Hi guys, it's Alia. Welcome back to my channel. So this is, I'm huffing and I'm puffing because I'm a little annoyed. This is actually take 2. I just finished recording a video where I put together the base page. I showed you how to do it. And then when I went to upload it, I realized it was sideways. Like I didn't flip it so it's this way. It was still this way, but it was like recorded sideways. So I'm just sorry, I'm a little annoyed. But in the first video, what I did is I showed exactly how I put together this page. And then basically the second base page is the one with the 2 flaps here. So in my previous video, what I talked about was there's going to be 6 pages. I've decided 6 pages. 3 of them are going to be like this that have, so this is a page. It's going to have a flap on the front where you can have, you know, pictures here and here. You'll open the flap. Then you'll have room for pictures here, 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 and here. Then you turn the page, and then obviously on the back, room for 2 more pictures. And then since this is open here, I'll put a big tag in this pocket, and then you'd have more space. And then that would be 3 of them are going to be like this, and then 3 of them were going to be like this, which is basically they're all the base page is the same. The only difference is, and this is annoying, sorry, is that instead of a full flip page like this one, see how it's the full one? This has the 2 flaps. So you have, you know, room for each of your pictures here. So since this video didn't get recorded, I will show you with these how I put together my base page. So in the first video, I had shown the actual pages, and I have my little cheat sheet right here, are 8.5 by 7. And then there's going to be a flap, and then there is, well, the 2 different types of flaps. So basically, I have this page, I cut it out, 8.5 by 7. Then you need the page that goes on top of it to create the actual page. And then this one here, this measures 9.5 by 7. And then what I did is I scored it in my scoreboard at 1/2 inch. I rotated it and scored again at 1/2 inch. And actually, I do apologize. I need to sort of digress because in the first video I explained what I was doing. Or explained what the video was, the reason of this video. Basically, it's not really a tutorial. It's just how I'm putting together my base pages. And, but it shows you kind of like how to do it if you want to do it, but not necessarily a tutorial, more of like a craft with me. So I just wanted to let you know that. All right, so now since we scored since I scored those and I folded them over, we need to put the tape on it to attach it. So where's my tape? All I do, and I mean this part is really super simple. I'm just putting on my double-sided tape. I'm cutting it and then doing it again here. And just giving a little cut. Now what I do is I take my bone folder and I really want to get it nice and stuck down to the paper because it's kind of important, because this is what is going to be holding your pages together. And excuse my hands, it's like 90 degrees in this room right now and they're getting really swollen. I don't know why, it's just really hot. When it gets really hot, my hands swell for some reason. Okay, then what I do, because it's a straight corner, I miter my corners. And basically that means I'm just taking a little triangle piece out of each side because, and I'll show you why, it makes a cleaner cut. So that way, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's, let me see, where's the other one I did? Oh, you can't really see it, but if you didn't miter the edge, it gets really bulky and sometimes it sticks out. So I miter the edges that way, see, and that's what it looks like. I just take little angle off, a little triangle I call it. And I mean, there's no measurements, you just, let me show you really close up. Is that even, okay, there we go. See, that's all I do. I'm just gonna really stick down these pages. Not stick them down, but make sure they're really folded, I should say. Okay, now this is the tricky part because, you know, paper trimmers, they don't always trim completely straight. So you might have to do a little trimming after. I mean, you don't have to, but I do. All right, so I line it up as close as I can to this edge. So this part's lined up, this part's lined up, and that part's lined up. I hold it really still with my hand, and then I'm just going to peel away the back of the double-sided tape, stick that down, and then I'm going to take my bone folder again and just really press it down. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this side. I'm just going to hold it down. I'm going to, usually I do it with my thumb, but look it, I cut my nail completely off and it's really sore. So yeah, no, I can't really. Oh goodness. Seriously? Like, okay. There we go. And then push it down. And again, go over with your bone folder just to make sure it's nice and stuck down. Now, I look around the edges, and as you can see, this is pretty good. I mean, there's a sliver of a line, but I'm okay with that because you're not going to be able to really notice it. There's a little bit, I might, let me see. Actually, no, because the flap is going to go on that side, so I'm okay. So this actually came out good. I didn't have to trim anything. On the other one, I actually did trim, so I'm glad it didn't. So now is the time we're going to attach this. And how you go about doing this, there's the flap here. Oh, you know what? I never even explained this one. I'm sorry. This flap here, I measured 6 3/4 by 8 1/2. So 8 1/2 because it measures the page. 6 3/4. I didn't do it to 7. I did it a 1/4 inch less because I don't want it to butt all the way to the edge. I want a little bit, see, there's a little bit of a space there. So that way it's easier to kind of grab it and open the flap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put tape on the inside here, and then we're going to put it together, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. So let's get our tape first, and okay. And again, I'm just really making sure this is down, stuck down really good. Okay, now, oh, miter the corners, don't forget, got to do that first. So I'm going to cut this one, I'm going to cut this one, and those go over there. Now this one's a little bit trickier only because it is flap, so you have to hold it a little more steady. And you know what? Let me just kind of squish it down one more time. Okay, so these flaps here, or this edge, is going to go inside here. Let's just make sure everything lines up first, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, perfect. See? It's all lined up on the front and the back and all sorts of which ways. So what I want to do, this is the tricky part because you basically let me take a little tab like this. I'm just gonna see what I did. I just started it, so I have a little pull tab. Now, let me see if I can put it back in. Okay, what I want to do is I want to make sure it's all the way up. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'm going to hold it carefully, pull this out. Alright, let's stick that one down first. So now that one's stuck in, which is good. Now let's see if we can get this side out. Let's try that. That works. Okay. Alright, so I hope you can see. Let me just push that back in. Good. Okay. Now, very carefully, there we go. So, let's push this really nice and down. And I'm going to open my flaps and just give it another little push down. And there we have the second base page. So, here is the first page. It's going to open like that. You're going to turn it. Here will be the second page, and you have little other flaps to open. And then you can turn it. And of course, both of them have a pocket here where I will put another tag, and then there. So basically now I'm going to make up 2 more of these and 2 more of these. So I'm going to have 6 pages total, and I'll come back when I start to cut out the pages and everything. So I hope this was a fun, informative, and not really a tutorial, but a craft with me. If you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them below. And thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.